All right, this episode of Iron Age Radio is brought to you by the Schram Cattle Co. in Cartwright, Manitoba. Mark Schram himself, the Schram in Schram Cattle Co. came to Iron Age. He dropped off a bunch of ground beef, grass-fed, extra lean from a local producer. What more could you possibly ask for? You might think to yourself, damn, that sounds really expensive. It sounds expensive, doesn't it, Jian?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? It's not.
That's great.
You believe me?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually at like a very comparable or even lower price than some of the grocery stores. So if you're interested in supporting local, if you're interested in supporting somebody who's in the Manitoba strongman scene, I urge you to get down to Iron Age or contact Mark himself and get yourself some of his amazing beef.
Okay, yeah. Oh, give me 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, Jackie Oshevsky here at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio. You're listening or watching Iron Age Radio, and I'm just here at the Pro-Am. I'm going to cheer on the next woman who's going to earn her invite to the Arnold Pro Stage, which was so exciting. I got so many PRs, had such a good time. So I'm excited to see who's next in line. Can't wait for you guys to see that. For my dad.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 43 of Iron Age. My name is Tyler Sigurdsson. I'm a professional strongman on the Canadian circuit, and I'm joined here in my humble abode by my humble-looking lady.
Fuck. That's not nice.
My simple,
you're a very homely gal.
my simple woman with a simple brain in her head.
That's not nice. Say sorry.
Sorry about that. Jian Sarame. Beautiful.
Are we going to be nice to each other now?
Beautiful, wonderful Jian Sarame.
Episode 43, maybe the last one.
Maybe the last one with Jian, at least with Jian Sarame probably. We're here with Dolly. We're downstairs. We're doing this the second time through because the first one didn't work. So here we are.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling post Arnold trip there, Jian?
Tired.
You bouncing back yet?
No.
No, me either. I'm exhausted today.
I recently did a trip to the Philippines where it was a 13-hour time change, and I just bounced right back to it.
Now you're in Ohio where there's a 13-hour time change too.
There's a 1-hour time change for Ohio, and I just feel so beat.
Yeah, I've been really exhausted too, and it was just like not like people ask how it was, and it was like, yeah, it was fine, it was good, but it wasn't like a trip where you come back and you're like, what a relaxing vacation.
It wasn't
in Ohio.
refreshing at all. My voice is like 90% back, I want to say.
It was at a complete whisper before.
Yeah. I couldn't push my voice Monday.
No.
And then we landed at 1 o'clock in the morning in Winnipeg, and then we didn't get home till 1:30, and then we both had to work the next day. So
right back to it. No days off except for the days off that we took. So you might notice that I have a very nasally, annoying voice right now, and I apologize for that. But I almost got sick over the weekend. I didn't, but I almost did.
He'll never admit to it.
The thing is that it's actually possible for me to get sick. But I do get congested, so I'm a little congested right now. So that's why I sound weird. So sorry about that. I know it's really annoying. It annoys me too. And if I'm breathing through my mic or my mouth into the mic, apologize for that
Even
too.
more than usual.
Gotta breathe. So yeah, we came back from the Arnolds just on whatever day that was, Monday, and the Arnolds.
That was.
I don't know. I can't say I enjoyed myself.
Okay, so here's the thing, is that you can just go into the Expo whenever you want.
The organization is definitely not nailed down there at the Arnold,
which is crazy because it's been going on for so long.
Yeah, the number of people there was like astounding. Like it was insane trying to get around, and it really defeats the purpose of it, like being an expo.
Yeah,
where the point is to be able to walk around, check things out, like have room to turn,
get samples, and just like see like cool booths.
There was nothing like that.
It was just like walk by a meet and greet, and then and you don't necessarily have to meet a person to kind of get the satisfaction of like seeing them live,
right?
But like you couldn't even see who people, was doing the meet and greet, right?
You couldn't. It felt like you were in a really packed concert, like on the floor, like of a very like a festival concert or something. It was absolutely crazy.
And you know what? It was like people were bringing those like really big army backpacks.
Yeah,
So the
lots
thing
of that,
is,
right?
the thing is, I am only backpack height.
Yeah.
So
You get whacked by those things.
the second somebody like sees something, they turn, and I got slapped like no less than 8 times.
Yeah.
And
There
it
was
the worst.
There was a few poor choices there from people, like dogs, a lot of dogs, and not service dogs.
Yeah.
Just dogs.
Yeah.
That people had there, and which is a bizarre decision for a few reasons. First of all, like not everyone likes to be around dogs inside. Like I know, like we know that Dolly's nice, but we understand that not everyone wants to be around a dog.
Yeah.
So we don't
Especially
bring her.
like a weird looking dog.
A weird looking one with the teeth showing. So we don't bring her everywhere. And also Dolly would not enjoy.
No.
Like the dogs that we saw there looked so stressed, and they
yeah,
looked and like they're in danger of being stepped on everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is the next thing too. It's like don't bring your friggin' baby to the Arnold.
And
like,
if you do, at least get them like ear protection.
Definitely ear protection. But if you do, like, make a decision that like I'm going to, like let's say one of the parents were like watching the strongman competition.
Okay, but you're like. Your husband or your wife better be competing, and your baby is there to watch them
That's what I'm
compete.
saying. But let's say that's
You know
the
what I
case.
mean?
Let's say that like one of the strongman people, they brought their husband came with the baby to watch the woman compete.
Mm-hmm.
Like go in the door that's the absolute closest. Don't be wandering around the middle of the festival, the middle of the expo with a stroller now. Like it was absolutely insane.
Well,
and it just
like you would hate for the baby to get sick.
Well,
You would
that's what I'm
hate
saying.
for
Like, it's just like there's so. It's not even like a matter of like me being annoyed by it. It's just like it's just stupid.
a bad choice.
It's just stupid.
I saw like I've been looking into like dog behavioral stuff, and I saw a lot of like signs of stress in those dogs. And
they look like cartoons of stressed out dogs.
yes, yeah. And then I don't know that dog, so it stresses me out that
Right.
dog is stressed out.
Right.
And you just don't like, and there's kids running around, and I would hate for something bad to happen to either of those.
It's just a really, really poor choice.
Yeah.
But I guess someone told me that the Arnolds actually like acknowledged that they oversold it and it was too packed.
But how? Okay, so they know the limit of.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know.
I think you know what I think changed. They sold the same amount of tickets, right?
Maybe.
But there is a big fucking booth that takes up a lot of room.
Yeah.
I
That could be
think
it.
the people were like, it was the same amount
Well,
of
it was
people,
all
but they
booths
were
that-
like more stretched out before like Young LA put like a nightclub in there.
I mean, maybe it also might be that it's more concentrated. Like,
Maybe.
certain areas might have been really horrific because,
Maybe.
like, yeah, there was like the young. Well, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. So we went there on Wednesday night. We in our last recording that we had to leave, we had a lover's quarrel about whether it was Wednesday or Thursday. I was right; it was Wednesday. Just so everyone knows that the recording is lost, but I do want that to be known forever. So we got there on Wednesday. We went on Thursday. We just sort of hung out. We just did this recording and we just talked about this. But what did we do on Thursday? Just walked around and shit, or what? Like, what did we do?
Aaron had to weigh in. No. Was that Friday?
That was Friday.
She weighed in?
That was Friday. Well, I just blacked out on Thursday. Apparently, we were in the States, but I don't remember at all what I did.
Let me look because I know my phone won't tell me what I did.
But we went. Let's assume that something happened on Thursday. I guess.
Something happened on Thursday.
And then on Friday morning, we went to the actual Arnold. So that's where we started to see that this is like, holy shit, this is really going to be packed. It's going to be absolutely nuts.
Thursday, I hung out with Nez all day. And then we got breakfast.
Yeah, I don't know what I did. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway.
And I got to have breakfast with Olga.
Yeah. So that was on Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go on your Thursday then. So you met your intense, you have a very intense friendship with someone that you've never actually met before in Rachel and Inez, but you were going there because Inez was competing.
Yeah.
So you got to...
We'd been talking all day, every day for a long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
So you got to meet Inez, and not only did you meet Inez, you met Olga Lashuk.
Yeah.
Who is, by all accounts, a wonderful woman who is
The
super nice.
sweetest angel.
Yeah, isn't that
Yeah.
nice to meet somebody who's just like a really, really pleasant, awesome person like
Yeah.
that?
She's completely different from what she looks like because she just looks so jacked and strong.
And
then-
I mean, she's a scary looking woman. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like she's fucking.
And she opens her mouth and like you barely understand her, but she's just like a little baby.
Yeah,
You know?
she seems like a very nice lady. It was nice
Yeah.
to hear that she's every bit as nice as she is a talented and strong woman. You know.
And you know what? Like everyone who's met her has nothing but nice things to say about her also.
Yes.
Right?
I think I've heard not necessarily like bad things, but like we've heard comments about pretty much everybody from somebody from it, like in the sport. But I don't think I've ever heard anybody say anything bad about Olga Lashuk. I really don't think I have.
No.
Because she's...
And if somebody has, I would know about it.
Yeah, that'd be mean of them. So you started off your whole weekend just mingling with the pros already.
Yeah, well, like I woke up in the morning and I just Ubered straight to the hotel to meet up with everybody.
Yeah.
And it was really hard to corral Nez to do anything.
So is she like nerves or is she...
No, just distracted.
Right.
And like, she says
I'm assuming everyone knows this, but we're talking about Inez Carrasquillo, who is competing in the pro classic strong women show.
She's like a puppy.
A puppy.
She's like a very excited puppy that you took to the dog park a little too early because everything is so exciting.
She's fired up.
Yeah.
That's interesting because it's like there was such a big, I mean, first of all, the Arnold's is one of the biggest competitions that there is. And she had a really interesting sort of narrative going into it where she's the defending champ.
Yeah.
She's coming off of a very recent injury. Like the question of even should she be there is on the table. Mm-hmm. It's her, her whole thing right now is that she just wins and she just she's the dominator, right?
Right.
So you would think that it would be like a stressful day before that or whatever, but it's good to hear that she has like that kind of stuff under control where she can just kind of handle it.
I think it's a switch that really turns on for her.
You can kind of see it in competition even too. Hey? Like she gets into like killer
zoned in.
mode, and then she comes out of it like. Not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but for the animal cage, you really saw that.
Yeah,
where she was like laughing and dancing and joking, and all of a sudden it was like, I'm gonna
just
fucking do this.
Hot.
It's a cool thing to see, man. Like it's pretty wild.
Yeah, and like I didn't see any of the nerves at all until like we were just like sitting around watching TV, and she looked at me. She goes, "I'm a little nervous."
That's funny.
And I was like, "Don't be. We're gonna have fun."
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
And then she was like, "Okay."
Simple as that. So on Friday, the actual expo started. It was like I said, we started to see that it was very early, and we know that it gets busy as the day goes on, and it's even busier on Saturday than it is on Friday. But it was already really busy on Friday, and that's the thing is, I remember telling someone that like, oh yeah, me and Dan walked through, and on Friday it's like very quiet. You can check out everything, and it's not a big deal.
You could walk through, and like. You didn't feel like you were gonna get stranded.
Yeah, and I walked through on that Friday, and I was like, "This is not how I remembered it." And like I remember thinking that it was almost like the preamble, like where it's like not everything was even set up yet. Like, people were still setting some stuff up, but this time it was already.
They were
busy.
set up by Thursday.
Yeah, the shit was locked in and busy and crazy right away. And yeah, the very first thing was we had. So Erin had her competitor pass, whatever, and you and I had tickets. Never showed it. Never had to show it to get in.
I paid so much money for those Expo tickets. I'm really upset.
Well, I mean, you got to have them. You never know, right?
Yeah.
But we
if I had known that I could just like walk behind Inez and like be in her like shadow because nobody's gonna check behind her.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know. But it was. We kind of started to meet with some of the Canadians who were around, some of our American friends who were around too, getting ourselves weighed in and checked in and stuff. And it was fun to be there with Erin too because she's a very she's a pretty cool customer when it comes to that kind of stuff. She was I think she was more thrown off by like the size of like the expo, like the amount of people in it, than the actual like competition that was coming the next day. And she told me that she's like, I've never been somewhere that has this many people in it,
right?
And
she was not like that jazzed about the expo, but she was really jazzed about Trader Joe's.
Yeah, she's fired up about that one. That's for sure.
She really, really liked that.
I'm trying to think if a whole lot went down on Friday. So we saw we went and watched the first day of the pro show, and I was kind of going back and forth between the pro show and the World's Strongest Firefighter show that our boy Evan Jaworski was taking part in.
Yes.
Which he got. We'll get to day 2 later, but he got first place in his weight class.
Right.
Which was awesome, and we expected that from him because he's just awesome, and he's becoming a really, really good strongman, and he has just like so barely scratched the surface. It's really exciting to see what he has coming up for him. But I kind of got an idea of the strongman show, and kind of reminded we were there 2 years ago, whatever, right? But it was really a question this year as to were we going to have a repeat of 2025, or was this going to be its
Yes.
own thing? And it seems like the answer was kind of both. I don't know. Like, it certainly wasn't as bad, but it wasn't great.
They sure tried.
Yeah, they tried.
They sure tried a little bit at least.
Well, and the thing is that like, okay, so we'll talk more about that on the Saturday day. But we watched the pro show. I don't really get too much into the competition. I think we might do something with Thrones on that one. But just your experience there, it was like it was packed in there. Like it's a huge seating area for the pro show, which was awesome to see.
Yeah.
Did not really give a shit about the men.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
To be honest, I just didn't. That's when I left.
I'm so sorry to everyone that I like. You know, I love Bryce.
Yeah,
love Bryce Johnson.
Bryce Johnson rules, and Burton, and like there's guys that
Andrew, I love Andrew Burton. He's a sweetheart. But it's getting boring. It's really getting boring for me. It's a million Americans and one semi-Canadian.
It's just the roster wasn't deep enough, and that's pretty much it. Like that's really the only issue with it for me.
So I would watch the women. The women they were the most entertaining part of the weekend.
Yeah.
And through all the comments about the Expo, the pro show, that's what everyone has been saying.
Yeah.
They really they have really proven themselves to be deserving of the prize money that they have gotten.
Yeah.
And the stage, and to share the stage with the men. The women would finish, and I would immediately leave, and I would make my way to the pro-ams.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I got time. That's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, they're setting up for the men, and by the time the men are done, they're going to set up for the next event for the women. So then I'll make my way back.
And
I would do that over and over again.
Yeah, there wasn't the representation from like the guys that I want to see in that one. Like there was, like the guys who were there were awesome, but I just want to see more of them, and I just want to see, you know, it's like it kind of turned into just sort of like a Giants Live kind of like it was just like a similar sort of roster to that. A really weird All-American Giants Live. I guess that would never really happen, but whatever. But anyway, so we that was pretty much the Friday. The Strongman show was actually really fun to watch. It was really, really well put together. It was good.
Everything was beautiful. All the implements were beautiful.
Yeah.
Mark Henry, man.
Yeah.
What is up?
Yeah. And this is
What's going on
with
with Mark
all
Henry?
due respect to Mark Henry for his outstanding lifting career, weightlifting, strongman, powerlifting, his outstanding wrestling career that he's had.
He's a very entertaining man. He's comfortable in front of a crowd.
He's a legend in many, many sports, but holy shit, dude. He is not doing well with the commentary, with the live commentary on those shows, man. Like, it's really not fun.
There was one event where he said to Inez, "Oh, you really put the mustard on the hot dog?" Yeah. And she goes, "You know what? Hell yeah." And then...
It's like, whatever.
Like, what?
he called Jackie the 3 times and current Canada's strongest woman, which is like, no disrespect to Jackie, but she's just not that. That's not the title that she has.
Right.
She's at the Arnolds for different accolades that she has.
Was he thinking about a different Canadian? Because if so, he's thinking about Sam Beliveau. And if that is the case, she's 5 times strongest woman in Canada.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know where 3 came from.
No.
Even. Do you know what I mean?
I don't unless has Jackie won Westerns 3 times?
Yeah.
Have they done it 3 times?
Well, she won Westerns.
Yeah. See, I don't know, but it's just like that was like a big mistake to make, especially when. Like, Sam is not, she wasn't there this year, which we all know how fucked up that is, but she is a regular there.
Yeah.
So to not respect people who are going to potentially be there next year, who've been there in the past, and this is a conversation that I've seen a lot about the Arnolds in general, is that there's just not enough respect given to the history of it. Mark Henry goes up to Mitch Hooper on the final day and says, "Oh, maybe we'll, for the first time, we'll see a 5-time back-to-back, whatever." Fucking... Big Z did it 6 times. You know what I mean?
Big Z, right?
Yeah, like it's just like, and it's to not have, you know, you look at the bodybuilding side of things. They have all these legends that are constantly involved, Ronnie and Jay and Arnold himself, and all these guys that are like there for the bodybuilding fans to like understand and appreciate where things have come from, so they can know where they're going.
Right.
And it's just not the case for the strongman stuff at all.
Yeah.
Like Thor is there. That's great. Thor is there, but he was also
they know new strongman. I think
they know from Eddie Hall forward.
Right.
And if you were before,
which is crazy because the Arnold Classic for strongman has been around for longer than that.
well, it's if you like weren't around in that boom period with Shaw and Thor and Eddie, people just don't know about you, and that's fine. People tuned in because there's a reason for that. That was like the hottest time that strongman has ever had.
Right.
So that happens. That was like the WWF Attitude Era, or like those things happen.
Right.
But it's now your job that you have all these new fans to like let them know, like, hey, there's a history here, and we can start to get things like, let's have Big Z appear at a paid appearance, and let's have fucking, Ode Haugen's there. Like, let's explain who he is, and like let's just have people understand that there's like a really deep history.
And he
to the
put
sport.
in like hours there too.
This is like
hanging out.
The history is really important, and like for me, like I'm a bit of like a nerd when it comes to the history of strongman, but it's because I understand how cool it is. So if more people understood, then more people would think that way too. Like even on like at like in our like local level, I'm always surprised with how like little some people know about the sport of strongman. And it's like if you don't care and you just like to compete, that's cool. I can understand that, but there's just so much interesting stuff that's happened in the sport in the past that there's like I think that if more people knew about it, they would really agree with me. Anyway, we're getting kind of off topic there, but we watched the Arnold. That's the me and Aaron did while you were on Thursday. That's what it just dawned on me. We watched old Arnold videos.
You made her watch strongman.
She did, well, and that's because she doesn't watch a lot of strongman. So I was like, we're sitting and watching strongman. So
there's a lot to learn.
Yes.
Especially in competition, you can show her where things like where people go wrong and what you can do to avoid it. Right?
Sure,
like it's just research.
Yeah. So on Saturday,
I would be really good at strongman if I was like built for it and I wanted to do it.
You would be good for it if you were physically capable and had the mental determination. Yeah, I guess.
But I'm good at watching it.
I would be good at anything in the world if I was built for it and I wanted to do it. And I had a really good mentality about it.
Yeah.
So on Saturday we went back and we braved the even worse crowd. And to make clear when we say the crowd too is that like. So it used to be like, Massonomics had a booth there.
Whoa, sorry. Do you have a thing on your chin?
You got a fuzz?
Yeah. It's still there. Sorry, I just saw it from across.
You got it.
Yeah.
Massonomics would have a booth and like Huck Finn Barbell, like just like dumb shit like that. Just had a booth, not Massonomics. They're not dumb. But I remember people talking about how those kind of smaller brands were being pushed out because it's getting too expensive now. And you look at the Young LA booth or Gym Reapers or
it's just nightclubs,
Rain,
like multiple
or
nightclubs.
Whatever. Yeah, there was like that Wolves one that had like a tattoo shop or something in it. Like,
and they had two separate entrances. They had general admission and VIP.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And it was and the thing is that what I don't want to do is what I really don't want to do is sit here and be this like old ass hater who is like, oh, this is not what it's supposed. It's like whatever.
I'll be an old ass hater. Everything was way too loud. But it doesn't have to be that loud.
But they're making money off of like these kids, like that Young LA booth for as like crazy and like obscenely opulent as it was.
Yeah.
They had a line like literally 1,000 people long at all times.
Yeah, it wrapped around the building.
Yes, and I can only imagine how much stuff they sold there and shit, whatever.
I would love to see how much money they made.
I'd be really curious to know. But they're paying to be there. They're bringing in like that volume of people.
Yeah.
They're
gonna get square footage,
right? I'm never gonna sit there and tell the Arnolds like you shouldn't do that. It's like obviously they are trying to get their.
You gotta stick to your morals, Arnold.
Right? They're trying to get their nuts, so they whatever. But it just made it very clear as we were walking around, like this is not for me.
Yeah.
I don't buy into the brand hype as much. You know what I mean? Like these brands don't interest me. They look like shit.
I bought one sports bra because it had nothing on it.
Well, that's like what's popular right now is shirts that look like bands that I listened to when I was like just out of high school.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, when I was like just out of high school.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, it's very quirky and cool and goth and whatever.
Oh, there's like weird anime stuff there.
Yeah, so I don't know, whatever. It's just, like the festival itself, I could really, I only would go back if I'm coaching somebody.
I only went Sunday because Inez was doing the cage.
Right.
Because otherwise, I would have stayed far away from the rest of the expo, and I would have loved to just sit and watch the Pro-Am.
Yeah. So on Saturday, the Pro-Am did start. I had to miss I still haven't watched day 2 of the Arnold Pro Show yet. But the Pro-Am was in a very pushed off corner of the room.
Complete opposite side of the pro show.
Yeah, like,
Well,
yeah, like not even close.
I wish that they had the foresight to just put them at least like against the same wall.
I don't know why they wouldn't put like the switch where the powerlifting and the strongman was.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because I got lost a few times trying to go to the Pro-Am, or I got stuck.
Yeah.
So I would try to pop in, and it was impossible for me to see both.
You couldn't just.
I had the time.
Yeah, but you couldn't just run back and forth from one to the other. That was like something you could do 2 years ago, and this year it was not an option. It would take forever. Like when I went to go watch Evan on the first pro show, like it was so nuts by the stage. I should have gone by the main stage, but it was so nuts you couldn't move. And then all of a sudden, this police escort starts coming through, and they're like announcing like, "Oh, Arnold's coming! Like Arnold's coming through." And I was like, "Fuck, man! Like I don't give a shit about seeing Arnold. Like I think Arnold's kind of a jabroni."
It's actually crazy. Like he's got 10 police officers surrounding him from all sides, but he's got one police officer just holding a floodlight.
Yeah.
Just so because the pro show was dark, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I thought that was the craziest thing.
That's probably where he was going when I saw him. Actually, was to the pro show.
I could see that really being an issue, like someone just running up and grabbing him.
Yeah. He walked up and there was a dad standing next to me and his daughter was standing kind of right in front of me, and Arnold stopped and shook her hand and was like, "Oh, I hope you're enjoying the festival," and I hope I hope you're enjoying the festival. He says it like that.
Yo, cut out again. God damn it. Okay, but I only missed a little bit. Sorry.
Okay, do you know where we're at?
It was literally just a second. I'm so sorry.
So didn't you get my Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation?
We did. It was when I was laughing, I accidentally pressed the space button.
Oh, you turned it off. It wasn't even the computer failing. You just turned it off.
I just accidentally turned it off.
Why don't you put the thing on the ground?
Because I have to keep an eye on it because, yeah.
Anyway, so he walked by and he shook the girl's hand in front of me, and I'll say that even though I think that Arnold's kind of a jabroni, you can feel his aura, when he walks by you. I'll give him that. But anyway, so then on Saturday I was working with the RPE 11 team. I was very, very lucky that I got to work with a bunch of really talented athletes, but specifically I worked with Sarah Johnson, who went on to win the U73 women's category,
right?
Which makes her I have to believe it'd be her or Erin Murray that would be in the contention for the best U73 now, and I'd have to kind of go band for band
right now.
On that
she
one.
holds every world title in that weight class.
Yeah, she's won everything there is to win as a U73 as an American U73. So shout out to Sarah Johnson, because that's awesome, and it was really fun to watch her compete too. Just a perfect run on the.
She's a machine
on the press.
Yes.
Yeah, the deadlift was very calculated. It was really fun to get to see that and kind of work with an athlete of that caliber. And I was working with my own athlete Erin the whole time, who did just a fantastic job. I'll take a moment just to say that Erin is. Just also, same as I said with Erin, just scratched the surface of how good she can be at this, and she really showed a lot of poise and grace, in a less than favorable situation with how that show was run.
We were getting dinner the day before she competed, and I was very pleasantly surprised at how calm and collected she was.
She's good.
She surprised herself too, because she would say, "I'm actually not very nervous at all.
Yeah,
I'm just excited."
Yeah, she did.
That was really, really cool.
And she did a great job. And so to get a little bit into the actual Pro-Am a little bit, we'll preface this with all the same stuff that we always preface it with, is that we run shows. We understand fully 100% how difficult it is. We understand fully 100% that these things can get away from you and the stress that comes with it. And I don't want to downplay the hard work that anybody made or anybody did, because it was evident that there was an incredible amount of work that went into it, and sometimes things don't go according to plan. And I'll say that to start off with a good thing, it wasn't as bad as last year. Mm-hmm. They did all the events.
They got through all events.
They got through everything.
In fact, they should have avoided one.
Yeah, they should have gotten rid of one. Yeah,
they should have avoided the sled drive or the Arnold arm.
Yeah, so it was the mistakes that were made were another max effort event in the qualifier.
Yes.
It just doesn't work.
Yes.
It takes too long. Like that deadlift was
we need to get rid
long.
of max events altogether, to be honest.
No, I don't agree with that. But it's but when you have as many people as they had there, and I think that they went a little crazy with their invites as well too. I would imagine if I was to try to get in their heads a little bit, they might have thought, "Hey, last year didn't go real well. We might not see a lot of signups this year. Let's really oversaturate the invite list so we can get so we can at least get enough people." And then all of a sudden, a lot of people came. If I were to guess.
Wrong.
They
Very wrong.
Yeah, that was not even close. But it made for
It
a show
became
that
everyone that could did.
yeah, and the show ran too long. There were people that were just not at the caliber of the Arnold of like what that show was supposed to be. It would have been better like for those people. It's like I'm not saying you know don't not go to the Arnold, but go there to enjoy the experience and not get your sweet little booty handed to you.
Sometimes that's what you need.
I guess. But yeah, so it was a very stressful event, I would imagine, for most of the people. Time became an issue where it was really, really hard to get our athletes to know when to start warming up and when it was time to go. They give their best to give you time cues and ideas, but it was always kind of just a guess. And it just the live score sheet wasn't working properly, and there was just a lot of shit.
Connor said it the best when we were talking to him about the timing thing, because he was like, because organizers told him, okay, you have 30 minutes until you guys, or it starts at this time.
Yeah,
it might be longer, so take your time.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, we got time. It's perfect. Just chill. I'll handle things. And then all of a sudden it's like, we're starting now.
Yeah.
And then what Connor said was, start your leg sweeps because we're putting in $3.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's so stressful. And it's not only stressful for the athletes, but it's stressful for the handlers and the team and everything.
It makes the whole thing just kind of chaotic and strange. And the athlete area was it was big enough. It really wasn't that bad, but there was no anybody could just walk back there.
I was looking for you, and I just walked back there.
Yeah, we have coaching passes, and athlete passes, but you didn't need that. Anybody could just walk back there who wanted to, and people did all the time. There was I constantly would look around, and there'd be groups of 4 or 5 people standing around an athlete who were not there, who were just their friends watching, coming to say what's up.
Right.
It's do the opposite of that. Go see that person. Go see your group outside.
Go watch. Yeah.
It's the athlete leave to go see them. Don't bring them to the back. It made it very, very claustrophobic and condensed. And it's funny, on every level you see it, obviously, right? Because it's still the same people at those shows that are doing this show. But people not being ready when it was their turn, that happened a few times. They were a little bit more a little more leeway than I probably would have given for that, especially when it's guys are a guy ran back to get his belt when he was in the frame and stuff, and it's no, I'm sorry, absolutely not. And another thing too,
every second counts.
Absolutely,
when it comes to these
a second
shows.
becomes 10 seconds, becomes a minute, becomes
if you do that for
compounds,
everybody, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. So this is one thing I'll say too to anybody, it's going to be AM people who be watching this. I know it's cool and fun to have your big fucking earmuff headphones on and feel like you're in your own little world, whatever. But there's nothing more embarrassing than having somebody running up to you and waving and be get the fuck out there, and you having to rip off your big headphones because you're not listening and not paying attention. Saw that happen twice at least at the Arnold. So just don't be that person, because it's not worth it to have the fucking Linkin Park song that you're listening to before you lift if you miss your lift entirely.
I also don't think it's very cool when that happens. When people wear those big headphones.
It's not.
And I gotta get in the zone. I gotta shut out all the noise or whatever. It's just but when you're competing, you have to be present in the moment.
Yeah, it's just not a strategy that I would
so
think.
it just feels
especially not a big show like that.
It just feels like you're you're not mentally capable to just really calm yourself down or or be get yourself in the zone.
But if you're going to do that, you better be standing there staring at the
you better be paying attention.
The sheet that's calling your name, or have someone there doing that or whatever.
Just Jeffrey style, just hovering over a score sheet.
Yeah, absolutely. So I also during that competition, I popped over to the main stage where the firefighters were having their the finals of their competition. So for anybody who's not aware, because I wasn't, how it works is day one is like the weight class finals, which Evan won. He's the U90 strongest firefighter, world's strongest firefighter. And then day two, what they do is they run the top three of each weight class in a combined division, and they like change the weights based on the athletes in their weight classes. They do like a Wilks score for the max effort and stuff.
Right.
But I didn't know that. So when I walked over there, my phone was going crazy. It was all the athletes standing on the stage with like their finalist medals that they had. Mm-hmm. And they're like, all right, we're going to do our top three here. And so they bring out third place, and it's a big dude. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, and thinking back on it now, this wouldn't make sense. But what my thought was that it's like, oh, the world's strongest firefighter is just the open guys because they're the heavy guys who lift the most weight, right? Which would be lame, but that's just what I thought it was for some reason. Because the second guy comes out, he's a big guy too. And I was like, okay, that's what this is. And they're like, all right, and in first place, they say Evan Urwowski, who's a gentleman who goes to our gym. He's awesome. And I fucking exploded. I lost my mind. I couldn't believe it. Because I just was in no way anticipating it. I had no idea. You know, talking to Evan in his training and stuff, he was kind of like, yeah, like I feel really good about this. You know, there's a few guys here that are concerns or whatever, but I didn't know if that meant in his weight class or now in this new finals that like there's no way he like looked at every person on every weight class. You know what I mean?
Right. It would be impossible.
Right. So I don't know if he knew like what his chances were going into it, and I had no idea. So
easy to believe though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He's a very dedicated young man. So shout out to Evan Urwowski for bringing home the world's strongest firefighter title to Winnipeg, to Iron Age, and the first ever Canadian to win it.
That's cool.
Isn't it? Yeah, that's awesome.
That's so cool. We got to get a new banner.
We do. Well, we got to get a new banner for Evan at the gym because
it'll be him back to back too.
Yeah, it will be.
Cool.
Yeah, that will be awesome. So shout out Evan. Thanks for being so cool.
Thanks for shouting out the gym too on the stage.
Gym. Yeah, that was very sweet of him.
That was really nice.
Very nice.
I saw that, and I started crying, and I messaged him and I said how much I appreciate it, and then he messaged me something very nice about the gym, and I cried again.
Big crybaby. Evan himself was emotional on stage, and
I love that.
It's nice to see. I liked it too. It's good to see that, like, you know, it's important to him enough.
Yeah.
And it's because you know he's a guy who's done a lot of sports. He's done a lot of athletics at pretty high levels, and I know that he's talked about strongman being a relatively likely going to be a relatively short period of his like competitive life. So, you know, you're never sure how much the sport can mean to somebody if it's a short time thing like that. But it's nice to see that it was important to him. I'm sure it adds to the importance of it that it's the firefighter show. And
he just happens to be really, really good at it. Yeah.
And I happen to know there's a rumor going around that there's a world's strongest military person show that may be catching Evan's eye. So we'll see about that. Anything else to add from Saturday for you?
Saturday was like just the busiest day of my life, I feel like.
Yeah, and that got second at the Arnold Pro Show.
Yeah.
And that was the women's show was an absolute nail biter.
It was. It came down to the last event. Olga won by 1.5 points.
Yeah, and then only a half point separated Inez and AJ.
And the way that Nez looks at Olga when Olga won.
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful. Like the sportsmanship and just the grace that she had.
Yeah.
I told her after, I was like, I am so proud of you because it would be very, very easy for you to look like a big bitch.
Yeah.
Taking second.
Yeah, imagine if she was on the podium and she was mouthing profanities next to the winner.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
yeah.
That would
Could
sure
you
be
imagine?
ugly. That would sure be ugly.
And then, because we were just hanging out after everything was done, right? And she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy that it's Olga. She needs a win.
Yeah.
And she really deserves it."
Yeah, Olga rules. Yeah,
Olga rules. And if you haven't seen Olga taking her trophy,
you gotta see that. Yeah,
I've played it at least like 8 times now, and I watch it all the time.
When you were telling it to me, I'm not good at this might come as a surprise, but I'm not good at handling like cringy stuff, like people embarrassing themselves.
It wasn't embarrassing at all.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. Though. That's what I'm saying. Is that so? When you were like, oh yeah, like Olga, like when she took this bag, she said like she went on this like crazy like just like saying all this crazy shit. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to see that. And then I watched it, and it was just like really
It's
nice
just
and
really,
funny.
really funny.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. It was awesome.
Like Arnold was like, how long did you take to train for this? She goes, I have a hard last name like you, and then just like so much of other things that weren't how long she took to train for this.
It was awesome.
And it's so cute and it's so fun.
Yeah.
And then you see Inez in the background going, hell yeah.
So that was our Saturday at the Arnold, and then on Sunday, no more pro show anymore for you to be distracted with. So you're just sort of walking around. We went to the animal cage,
popping around.
Aaron did make the finals, so I was off coaching duties for that day, but we did go to the animal cage, and there was some cool things happening at the animal cage. So Inez, after doing the Arnold, like not just a competition. The heaviest
show.
Yes, like the hardest show that a woman can do in strongman. That or the rogue, but like they're both right there. She goes and she's like, I want to do something cool in the animal cage. So she squats 405 pounds. And you might be like, damn, that's a pretty heavy squat. That is true. That is a pretty heavy squat. But what if I told you she did it 15 fucking times? It was crazy. It was absolutely insane. And that's what that was like throwback animal cage shit.
Yeah.
Where, you always like you would see those clips back in the day of like Dan Green or all these guys doing like fucking cool shit in the animal cage. And that is going to be one of those. Like that's like that was an unbelievable physical feat.
I watch it all the time.
It was awesome.
We were front and center. We were looking at her right in the eyes. And even just to watch it on like the reel that they posted, like Animal Pack posted, like I still get the same feeling of like just getting really excited for it, right?
Yep. And people did the right shit. They were shaking the cage, they were banging on it, they were screaming. Like, that's what the point of it is, right? I think for some of the other ones that I watched, people were feeling a little tame and a little calm. Maybe a little. I
didn't give them a choice. I was right in there.
Thing. I think maybe they didn't want to be the one to kind of be the one to set it off. But Inez brings that out of people. I think that she's fired up. And I was fucking trying to take that cage down. Like I was like shaking the shit out of that thing.
It almost hit me in the face a couple times.
You could see it when I was watching it. There was a lady next to me who was like, "Oh," like a few times, and I'm like, "Bitch, I'm gonna shake this cage. This is the animal cage, right?"
Also, I was trying to wave at Levi from across the animal cage, and he couldn't see me, and I'm over here waving my arms, and Tyler just picks me up so I could wave at Levi, and he really liked it a lot.
But it was the animal cage was unbelievable, and it was like shoot, I was going to say something specifically about that, but no, it was awesome, and I can only imagine how
that was
shitty
the highlight
she would have
of
felt.
my weekend.
I think that was the coolest moment. I think honestly too, I was fired up for that. That was fucking awesome. And we talked too about like Inez being able to switch it on and off like that, where she, like I said, she was like, shaking her ass and dancing and having a good time and chatting with everybody. Coming over, chatting with us.
I reached my hand through the cage to put lip gloss on her.
Yeah, like she was just having a good time. And then all of a sudden, when it was time to go, and she did it. It was really, really.
And then the second it was done, her and I like packed all her bags, and I was like, "Let's go drop our stuff off.
Yeah,
let's go get a beer, and then let's just hang out for the rest of the day."
Yeah, and I got to further this fun thing that we know about this podcast, which is we get pretty small numbers on this thing. This is a close friends and family podcast, if you will.
A humble podcast.
A very humble podcast. But I did like too that I was talking to Bryce Johnson. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I listen to your podcast," and I was like, "You know what? We have for sure of any sport the largest number of the best people in the world at that thing that listen to our podcast. Percentage wise, we do pretty fucking good for that."
Yeah, I'm gonna say that like Bryce Johnson better listen to our podcast, because the way that I listen to theirs,
you're like half their views on that shit
over and over again. They owe me like. They're not monetized, but they owe me at least a little bit of something.
they owe you something. Like we get like, let's say like 500 between different platforms listens per thing. We probably have like, maybe not 50, so maybe not 10%, but let's say like 5 to 8% are probably like the pros in the sport that listen, which is pretty funny.
The fact that Sam Beliveau
like Sam, Max, and Bryce, and Wes, and like just all these people, fucking
Jeffers,
Jimmy Jeffers over there,
Jimmy John Jeffers.
It's a really funny thing, and actually, I don't know if I told you this or not, but I went over to the MC for the Pro-Am show.
Yeah.
And I like at the end of the first day, I was like, hey man, you're doing a great job. Like you guys are working really hard. Like I really just want to. Cause I went and told that to all the volunteers and stuff too, because there were some of those volunteers who were fucking killing it. And he turned around, he's like, hey, are you the Iron Age guy? And I looked, and I wasn't wearing any Iron Age shit. And I was like, yes, I am. And he's like, I recognize your voice from the podcast. And I was like, that's crazy.
That's weird.
So shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Nobody ever recognizes my voice.
You got what's because you sounded like you smoked 1,000 cigarettes by the time you were talking to people.
I didn't even smoke any cigarettes.
You're like, hey guys.
Hey, don't face.
Hey guys.
But not usually.
Well, that's what you sounded like there. Everyone's like, oh, who's this woman with a smashed trachea that Tyler's walking
Who's
around
this
here?
Old hot mom.
Yeah. But yeah, though the animal cage, yeah. So then we went to watch some of I'm starting to fall apart here. We started to give me a second.
She's helping you.
I'm just so stuffy. Thank you, Dolly. We went and we watched some of the finals of the Pro-Am.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I tried, and then I wanted to go look for bikinis, and you were like, okay, I'll be right here. And by the time that I came back, Levi was like, oh, he just left to go look for you. And I couldn't find you for 2 hours. And I found you volunteering at the Masters.
Well, you know, when you're just about the
I know,
sport
but I missed all of the Pro-Am that I wanted to see because I was busy looking for you.
Well, that's not true. But either way, it doesn't matter. It's you.
Yes, it is.
I was standing with my good friend Levi Strong, who it was nice to catch up with him and talk to him before he goes to Russia. And then I look over, and who should I see? None other than the man who competed the day before, Jesse Campbell, good Canadian boy, just like running back and forth, like shuttling equipment between the Masters competition, which is across the thing, and then the main stage, which is where the Pro-Am was. And I said, Jesse, what are you doing? And he said, they have to bring these plates over there or whatever. I think it was plates. And I was like, oh, man. Like, this motherfucker is volunteering? Like, he just fucking competed. So I was like, okay, I'll come over and help too. So went over there, and one of the other volunteers gave me the shirt right off their back, and I just started moving sleds back and forth. And it was actually kind of fun. I was happy to do it. I was happy to help out a little bit. I got to watch John Wimberly compete and take the slack from his rope, from his arm over arm.
He killed it. That was way too easy for him.
Yeah.
Also, do you feel like that the arm over arm was too light?
Well, it was objectively too light, but I think that
for a lot of people.
I think it was for every weight class across the board. It was too light, but I think that was done on purpose to make it go faster.
Interesting.
That's my conspiracy theory about it.
Okay.
Because nobody didn't finish. Nobody went the whole minutes. Everybody went
everyone finished
everybody
sub
was
20.
like sub 20. Yeah. Whoa. I think that almost.
She's gonna throw up.
Oh God.
No, just kidding. She just wants attention.
There was
and looking at you.
There was 8 people in a row in the lane that I was doing that all had 16 point something.
One guy didn't even sit down. He just pulled with his arms.
That's not a good strategy.
He didn't
that was
do good.
Really, no.
He
a
didn't
couple
do
guys
well.
did that. I was like, don't do that. What are you doing?
It wasn't a good technique, but it's for sure a technique.
Yeah, like why would pulling up be better than just pulling forward?
And he fell into the ropes a couple times.
Yeah, it was just a really strange choice. I would never recommend. The only thing that I could because it was Masters. Maybe
he has a hard time getting up.
Maybe it's a hip issue or an ankle issue or a knee.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt on that one, but not if you don't have an issue, then do not do that. She's shaking. She's stretching so hard. So then Sunday, I don't know what am I missing here.
Sunday was just a really busy day still, saying goodbye to our friends,
Yeah.
We have a lot of friends that are far away.
Yeah.
So I'm used to okay, see you next time or whatever. But that was hard.
Yeah, it was nice to catch up with some of the people that we did get to catch up with.
Yeah, I didn't get to say bye to a lot of people I wanted to say bye to.
It's if not for things like that, let's say just using Levi Strong as an example, it's entirely possible that I could never compete against him again. You know what I mean? It's just.
Oh.
Well, I hope not. I hope it's not the case. But I'm just saying that it's an interesting thing where it's these people that we know so well all of a sudden, and we have this thing that connects us, but. You never know when your paths will cross again. So that's kind of what the Arnold is nice for. Is it sort of acts as a bit of a central hub to bring everybody together, so you have to kind of see each other.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice.
I didn't see Josh at all. Spurgeon.
I saw Josh Spurgeon. I'm trying to get a picture of him when he wasn't looking all bummed out, but I couldn't get it.
I love those pictures of him.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see him at all. there were people that I didn't expect to be there, and it was nice to see them there, kind of thing.
Did you see any celebrities that you cared about? Did you see anybody that you thought, or like, and like when I say celebrities, I mean like absolutely anybody that's interesting to you?
No.
No, really?
I didn't get to see Eric Bugenhagen. That was like my only person that I cared about.
Did we see him at all, or am I imagining that? Like, did we see
he
him?
was there. He posted that he
we
was
didn't see
there,
him, though,
but we
right?
didn't see
Okay.
him. But we didn't even see the big titty girls either.
I don't think they were there. No, I didn't see them there at all.
I saw
have
the
no
one
pictures of
really
them.
tall big titty girl.
I didn't see that one. I missed that one.
Oh,
I saw androgenic and ASU frat leader.
right.
If you're paying attention to the looks maxing universe, the looks maxing verse, then you know who I'm talking about. And if you're not, then I can't help you. But
Go on TikTok, I guess.
yeah, that's what I think that I'm going to pursue when I finish strongman is looks maxing.
Okay.
I think I have a lot of work that I can do, a lot of newbie gains to get in that one probably.
A lot of work that I could do.
Yeah, I have a lot of progress to be made in the category of looks maxing.
That's crazy. I don't know. I just saw a video of what's his name?
Clavicular.
Like, it's just so sad.
It's a really it's super interesting because it's such a devastatingly sad.
That's
Like look into a
absolutely body
devastatingly sad person.
dysmorphia.
Yeah, it's really crazy stuff.
But I mean, like, I don't know. Women are kind of doing like a very tame version of looks maxing all the time.
I don't think that women are doing a tame version of looks maxing. I think that women are doing exactly what he's doing.
That's true.
I think that he just talks about it more.
Well, not the bone thing that he does, but
The bone smashing thing where he like hits his cheeks with a hammer to like make them grow back like more robust.
Mm-hmm.
I firmly believe that there's some weird equivalent of that women do that's just as appalling.
not as often as he has to do it for that to matter.
Maybe. I don't know. It's an interesting world, and I'm glad to be part of it by watching it on my Instagram reels. Anyway, androgenic and the ASU frat leader were the biggest celebrities that I saw.
Who was somebody that you wanted to see?
I would have liked to have seen Eric Bugenhagen, but I'm not going to wait in line to see anybody. Like, I'm not going to wait in line to see
I don't
anybody.
think he had a line. I think he was just at his psychopharma
Yeah, there was a
booth.
huge lineup last year. When they
Oh,
did that.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There's nobody that I would wait in line to see. That's just not what I really do.
Yeah.
I don't really care about getting pictures with people, except who?
My Facebook friend.
Odhaugen, that's
Yeah.
right. That's just a matter of tradition now. But I don't know. I'm not like I like I've talked about before. Like I like getting pictures with kind of like weirder ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't like I wouldn't get a picture with Mitch Hooper, but I would get a picture with one of the Gillinghams who were reffing it because it's like a historical thing more than anything else. I wouldn't get a picture with who got second place, Austin Andrade, but I would get a picture with Odhaugen.
I got a picture with Trey Mitchell because I just wanted a reason to talk to him.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. See, that's a good one. Like, I don't care about getting a picture with Trey Mitchell, but
Only
I would
only because I know how awkward he was gonna be.
right. But I would get a picture with maybe Jerry Pritchett, maybe.
Yeah.
Because he's old. I like the old guys,
Yeah.
Um,
You didn't even get a picture with Inez.
no, I had no pictures with Inez by the end of it. Isn't that so weird?
We have a million pictures together.
Oh, you know what? I wouldn't get a picture with Trey got fourth. Who got third place?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh shit! I know this.
I barely watched the men. I'm sorry.
That's annoying. Whatever.
Do you want me to look it up?
No, I wouldn't get a picture with third place, but I would get a picture with Sarah Johnson, who won the U73.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
Like, or
yeah.
like Aaron Penner or something like that. Aaron Penner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also Aaron Penner. I meant to say Aaron Murray because I'm more interested in like the
Did you get a picture with
the
Erin
niche
Murray?
ones. No, I didn't know.
Did you see her?
I actually wouldn't get one with Aaron Murray. I mean, like the more niche things are more interesting to me.
Yeah. She's like beautiful in person too. Because I saw her like walking around. I was like, damn, like it's just because you think that her like stage makeup is like for the camera and the lights and whatever, but it's just cool.
I don't really notice such things.
Okay.
Women's like I don't really judge women by the way they look. I would have been like she's really really strong and and like athletic and competitive, but
She always has cool nails.
that's the difference between you and me. Cool nails.
Yeah.
That's nice. I don't know. Anything more you want to add about the Arnold itself?
I'm not going to the expo unless one of our friends are competing in the Pro-Am. And in that case, I'm not touching the rest of the expo at all.
Yeah, I think I could go with that.
I didn't even get a chance to do the punching machine because I couldn't get to it.
You're not going to do that.
I did that last time.
What'd you get, 2?
I don't know. Devin has a video of it, and I did not as bad as he thought I was going to do.
Yeah, I could. I would like. The bottom line is that I would go if I had an athlete competing there, but I will never go. I don't think unless that's the case. Not for a long time, at least. And I would love it if no one competed there next year. I don't want to go every year. I don't want to do that.
We
but
can't
I will.
afford to do it every year.
I will if I need to. If I have to go every year, I will. But I really hope that I don't have to.
I told Nez that I don't want to go back. And then she said, "You have to, or I'll throw up."
Let's see if Inez would consider competing at like Battle of the Border instead of the
Manitoba's
Arnold every
Strongest
year.
Woman.
Yeah, like we'll just have her pick one of the Manitoba competitions around that same time. She can do the grip one.
I could see it.
Yeah. And then you have no reason to go to the Arnold's if you see her compete. Then you're good.
Yeah.
She can compete in our open division. She'd probably win.
Probably.
Like the women's open. I mean.
Yeah.
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 She'd probably win that.
She'd probably win.
Yeah.
She could even do 82. She's so skinny now.
She'd probably win that too.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. What time are we at right now?
56 minutes.
Oh yeah, we're good.
What do we have coming up?
What do we have coming up? Oh boy, what do we have coming up?
What don't we have coming
What
up?
don't we have coming up? We're fully in the swing of things for the Manitoba Strongman season. We have announced. Well, we announced all our shows earlier, but we have posters for almost all of our shows. Not all of them, but we're getting there. We have just announced as of today, as of recording, Strongmania 2, June 13th. June 13th. In Selkirk, held by the wonderful Tom Pahal, UA the Extraordinaire, with the Iron Image crew in Selkirk. I think at the waterfront again, right? Is that the idea? Yeah.
I think so.
Awesome, because that was a great venue last time. I hope they can do that again. A great opportunity to qualify for your SCC Provincials, which gets you onto your SCC Nationals, which is being held this year. I'm being told just outside of Quebec City, which is an absolute, like if you're looking for a place to visit to get like a trip out of your nationals competition, Quebec City is really, really beautiful. It's like you'll walk around and kind of feel like you're not in Canada anymore. It feels like you're almost like in Europe or something. You know? Do you agree?
I guess.
You don't? You don't think it feels different than being like in Western Canada?
It feels like you're in Quebec.
All right. Well, there you go. But yeah, so that's Strongmania 2. I believe registration is on the Iron Image website or probably through their Instagram. So go have a look there. Get yourself signed up. Shortly after that, on June 27th. Oh, shoot. I skipped. On June 6th, we have Western Canada's Strongest Master at Rumble in the Valley in Morris, Manitoba. We have, as of recording this right now, we have one spot left on the men. We got lots of spots left on the ladies. So, ladies, please get signed up. Please do this competition. Let's
Alison Lockhart, I'm talking to you.
Alison Lockhart, get over here. I'm going to message her right after this.
Yeah.
Alison Lockhart, come to our competition. Just remember, we all want lots of opportunities for the ladies, right? We all want this. We want to have places for our women to be able to compete and excel. And that just starts with putting on the events. And then the next step is signing up for those events. So ladies, I need you.
And it all starts with Alison Lockhart.
And it all starts with Alison Lockhart setting the tone by coming out of retirement and registering for Western Canada's Strongest Woman.
Master.
Woman Master. That's her nickname, the Woman Master. So get signed up, Allison.
Okay, so after Strongmania 2,
we have this is what I'm waiting on the poster for, but we'll just talk about it right now. In Vida, we're doing what's called Prairie Strongest Man and Woman. It's going to be a very old school style show in that it's going to be over under 105 for the men, and this isn't so old school, but we're going to be doing, because there wasn't women back when we were doing that kind of stuff. But we're going to be doing over under 73 kilograms for the women. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. This is still a sanctioned event for Strongman Corp Canada. You can still get your qualification through your weight class, your divisions. We're going to separate the points out afterwards. But for the day of, we're just going to have those 4 categories. It's going to make for a nice, clean competition that the crowd can understand. There'll be podiums that everybody can look at and be like, this is who's won here. There's enough people in every category. There's not one person in this and one person in this and one person in this. The Vita Canada Festival really throws their support behind us. We want to give them a good show, and that's what we're going to do with this one. And what better way to give them a great show than we had Westerwinski last time, World's Strongest Man competitor, multiple-time Canada's Strongest Man podium finisher, Strongest Man on Earth competitor. Like, how can we beat that? How can we top that? We can't, but we can tie it because they're both fantastic. Inez Carrasquillo is coming to referee our competition. So we're very, very excited for that. We really want to make sure that we're bringing the best in for our people. We want to make sure that everybody's having a great experience with all of our strongman competitions. So we brought in 3-time world champion Inez Carrasquillo to do the honors of judging our competition. We're really, really, really looking forward to that one. And then following that one, the next day, Inez is going to be sitting in Iron Age and molding the young minds of Manitoba strongman about some strongman shit. So she's going to be doing a seminar in our gym. Registration for that one is already up, so please feel free to go ahead and get yourself involved in that. It's going to be a great time. And one thing I will say, if this pushes anybody over the edge to do either of those competitions, Inez is so nice. Mm-hmm. Like, she's genuinely so.
She's exactly who she is online as she is in person.
Yeah, there was at no point was I like, oh, this is not really what I kind of hoped it would be. You know what I mean? Like, she's just so genuine and real.
Right. You kind of got in her head a little bit, though.
What do you mean?
A couple weeks ago, Tyler had asked me if. He was like, wouldn't it be funny if, like, when you go to Columbus, if you just, like, acted weird and, like, gave Inez, like, really weird, awkward vibes when you met for the first time in person?
If you, like, shook her hand and then like,
yeah, and then I just, like, sat there, like all awkward.
You're like, I gotta go see Tyler.
And then she said, you can't do that, I'll throw up.
I just said, what if you guys got together and it was just really, the vibes were really off and you just didn't like it, and then you guys all got upset that I said that. But it wasn't that, and it was fantastic. And like I said, it was like, Aaron got to meet her, and
like, this trip was very stressful and it felt very long, but it's only like a few days, right?
Yeah. Everybody who is of her caliber could learn from her as to how to
conduct themselves,
how to just talk to, or be around people and talk to people, and never a holier than thou attitude, none of that bullshit.
Yeah.
So all that being said, register for the stuff that has Inez in it, because you're going to want to meet her and you're going to want to see her, and
you're going to love her.
You're going to love her, and there's no other place to do it in Manitoba besides at these 2 events. So I encourage you guys to come down. I think it's going to be a special treat for some of the Iron Age people that she's probably going to be there training for the week that she's there for like 5 days, I think, right?
Yeah.
So she'll be at the gym quite a bit training.
I have a full itinerary for what we're doing.
I'm very excited. I'm really looking forward to just having some of the Iron Age people just get a nice.
She's going to feel like one of our roomies.
Yeah, she's going to be like a regular at the gym after a while. So, with all that being said, Jian, do you have anything else you want to add this week?
Never going back to the Arnold.
You say that, but you will if you have to.
I really don't want to.
I don't want to either, but we will.
I might as well not go to the Arnold like for 3 years and save up for the Rogue.
Yeah, that's true too, I guess.
Yeah, I'd rather save up for the Rogue.
If no one makes me go, I won't go. But at the moment one of my clients needs me, I'll be there. So, that's good. You're good on that. You're chilling.
Yeah.
Me too. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening, and we will see you guys next week, I think.
Or maybe not.
Nope, for sure. Next week. Goodbye.
It'd be cool if it was like